sericulture. What is sericulture? Anyone tell? What is sericulture? Rearing of silkworm is known as sericulture. So, what will we do for silkworm? What is silkworm? Silk worm is any. This is the Lepidopteran caterpillar. They produce the silk that is known as silkworm. So, how many species of this silkworm is in India? Most probably four species is there. One major is mulberry silkworm, that is another is Munga silkworm, Tassar silkworm, and Erie silkworm. Four species is there. Then another is in this silkworm, one monopoly is there. Which species monopoly of India is there? Anyone tell? Monopoly means that is found only in India, not in other countries. So that is the Munga silkworm. Okay, and majority most of the in India 80% the mulberry silkworm is varying 80% production 80 to 5 that we have discussed. So today we will start with history where is starting this sericulture. So sericulture, if you see, at least 4,000 years old is the history of this sericulture. And who is discovered this silkworm? One Chinese person is there that Bombay Morai is occurred in 2700 BC. Okay, so that person is Ti Lung Sing was asked by Emperor Hangun to find the cause of damage mulberry leaves on trees there in garden. So that's why they start history of this mulberry silkworm and found some worm. Whitish worm is found on eating these leaves, and she noticed that they were also finding cocoon around themselves. Some cocoon also found on the leaves. A cocoon drop in her cup of tea. When we adding in this drop in a cup of tea, then silk thread is separated from the cocoon. So that is the main history of silkworm, and that is discovered from the China. So after that, silk industry became the China were the more important last 2000 years, and after some time China lost their monopoly because before this they have not given to anyone, and only monopoly is with China. But after some time it's reached into Japan, to Korea, and then reached in the other countries also there. This is the history of silkworm. Then silkworm is completely domesticated insect, is no longer capable of living in the wild. So this is the about Bombex morai. Other three species also there, and then silk is prized a fabric because it is a finer than human hair. Okay, that's why and lighter than the cotton and stronger than the steel. So this is the about the silk. And in India, that is the unique distinguished that having the five species of silkworm. That one is mulberry, that is the major production. Then another is Erie silkworm. Then another is Munga silkworm. Then another is Tassar. Tassar having two type of their tropical and temperate. So these are the five species is the, but only one species is the major, that is the mulberry silkworm, Bombex morai. Another is Uri silkworm also there, Munga silkworm is there, tropical tassar is there, temperate tassar silkworm is there. And monopoly of India is on only in Munga silkworm. That is found only 1 to 2% of total production, but that is the important, and that is found in Assam and this area. That is the important, and that is like golden type is silkworm is there. So what is the importance? Under importance, labor-intensive agro-based industry provided gainful occupation. Then they give the 7.25 million person in rural as well as semi-urban areas in this. So that is the condition occupation from this agriculture. And in India is the second largest of silkworm production in the world. And first who is the first? That is the China. And annual silkworm production more than 21,000 million tons in according to 2010-11 data. Then mulberry silkworm contribute 80%, more than 80% in India is contributing by mulberry silkworm. That is the Bombex morai species is there. That is maximum. Why name is mulberry silkworm? Because it's rearing on the mulberry. One mulberry is the one plant that maximum found in Karnataka, Andhra, Tamil Nadu in this area. So this is the producing on these leaves. Leaves is required for this production of mulberry silkworm. Then another is export potential of this sector is promising in Japan, declining, and China is the largest silk producing in the world and is stagnant. And in India, because of prevalence of favorable climate condition, mulberry is the cultivated mainly in 5 states, that is Karnataka, Andhra, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal, and Jammu and Kashmir. That's why majority, maximum occupies first place in India is the Karnataka state that is having the maximum production of silkworm, and that silkworm is mulberry silkworm. So these 5 states, if you collectively we account, then 97% of total area under mulberry silkworm and 95% of grass silk produced in the country. So total silk production around 23,660 million tons is 13% more than producing among the four varieties of silk producing during 2010-11 mulberry account to the
Excuse me,
80%.
sir.
Maximum production
Yeah.
of this mulberry from the mulberry silkworm, that is more than 80%.
Sir, your voice is too low.
Not coming. Hello.
No, sir. I mean, it's too low. It's very low, sir. Can't hear it properly.
So what is it?
Hello? Again?
Yes, sir. Some.
Okay, okay. I remove the microphone, then we'll start. Okay, so this is the concern. The first in India is the Karnataka state that having the maximum production, and 5 state of India that having the maximum around 90% covering of the total area, 97% of the total area. That is Karnataka. Another is Tamil Nadu, Andhra, then your Jammu and Kashmir. These are the 5 states and having 97% of the total area of the mulberry cultivation. And total seed production around 23,060 million ton, and it is 13% more producing in 2010-11. That is the common data. Then maximum production is mulberry silkworm, that is 80%. And second is Erie silkworm, that having only 30.14%, then followed by Tassar silkworm, only 5.5%, and very negligible, that is the Munga. But only it's found in India in the world. So that's why it is the monopoly of the India that having the Munga silkworm in India. So this is also important question. Many times this question is coming. Which species is the monopoly of silkworm in India? That is the Munga silkworm. So these are the producing this 11% contribution of each producing mulberry 79. That is a common again area, and 80% of silk producing only 2 states, namely Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka. Karnataka is the first, having maximum 43%, and second is 32% in the Andhra Pradesh. Then many type of silk is there. That one is spoon silk yarn, another is noil yarn. Spoon silk yarn having the length ranging from 1 to 8 inch, producing by blazing, dressing. That is the, and another is noil yarn. That is the small short stable residue after removing the spoon silk yarn. So these are the different type of silk. Then what is the stippling? It is the important stippling and reeling. Two word is important. Stippling means killing of pupae pupa is the producing this your silk na. So before final we have removed the silk that will kill the pupa. This is the procedure for rearing and your production of silkworm, and then after we remove the silk, then process of removal of silk thread from the cocoon is called reeling, and around 50,000 cocoons are required to produce 1 kg of silk. This is about the sericulture. Then we start the type of silkworm. I have already told four type of silkworm is there. One is munga silkworm, another is tussar silkworm, then another is eri silkworm, and then important is mulberry silkworm. So scientific name of mulberry silkworm is Bombyx morai, and it's nearly 95% world silk production, and it is domesticated silkworm. Means that is not domesticated means completely domesticated, and it's found maximum in Karnataka, West Bengal, Jammu Kashmir, Tamil Nadu, and Andhra, because the environmental condition is the good in this state. That's why maximum mulberry is growing for this production of silkworm, and many variety of this mulberry is there for production of this Bombyx morai. Then multivoltine varieties means laying eggs several times in a year. So this is also another. Then univoltine, multivoltine, different type of variety is also there. Then government provide the DFL means disease free egg laying. This is the important this when we are applying this egg, then disease free is required for proper production of the silkworm. So another is Erie silkworm. The scientific name is Attacus ricini or Philosomia ricini. That is the recently named Philosomia ricini, and before is Attacus is the genus of this Erie silkworm. It is spawned from the coconut silkworm, and its family is Saturniidae, which fed on the castor. It's rearing on the castor, or mulberry silkworm is rearing on the mulberry. Morus alba is the botanical name of mulberry, and castor is the using for Erie silkworm, that is the Philosoma ricini. Then Erie yarn is produced. Where is producing maximum? This also many times question is coming. Assam, Bihar, Manipur, Meghalaya, Nagaland, West Bengal. These are the states having maximum production of Erie silkworm. But if you see the mulberry silkworm, that is maximum production in Karnataka. Then second is Andhra. Then third is West Bengal. Then your Tamil Nadu. Then Jammu Kashmir. This is the condition of different states growing of this. Then Erie silkworm having two varieties. One is wild and another is domesticated. And filaments in neither continuous and not uniform. This is the situation. That's why. But mulberry silkworm is uniform silk filaments is there. That's why maximum production of this in India is mulberry silkworm. Hence, the moth are allowed to emerge before the coming wheeling. A white or bright red silk is producing. So, Erie silkworm is like bright red silkworm is produced. And next is Munga silkworm. We have already told that is the monopoly of India, and many times this question is coming. Who is which species having the monopoly of India? That is the Munga silkworm, and scientific name is Atheleria asama. That is the scientific name, and it's only found in Assam, and it's not a domesticated. It is a semi-domesticated silkworm. It feeds on two species of sharp, that is also many times is coming Mekilas bombicina and Litchi polyantha, producing a strong golden yellow thread. This also question is coming. What type of color is Munga silkworm? That is the golden yellow thread. Then next is Tassar silkworm. Tassar silk also again divided into tropical and temperate. Two type of silkworm is there, and then scientific name of Tassar silkworm is Atheraria milita, and is silk from the coconut shell belonging to Sessionarity and family which are fed on. Where is fed this silkworm? That is the leaves of oak, asan, arjun trees, and it is mainly producing in Jharkhand, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, MP, Orissa, West Bengal, and Andhra Pradesh. Tasar silkworm are wild. It is totally wild, not rearing, but Munga silkworm is semi-domesticated, and your Eri silkworm and Munga silkworm is completely domesticated. This is also a difference between four species. And Indian tassar worm feed on the trees of Terminalia species. That is the one plant is there. That is the name of Terminalia species, and minor host also there, while the Japanese and Chinese worm feed on the auk and other allied species. So these are the different type of plants where Tassa silkworm is rearing, but it is a wild type. So what is the morphology and biology? Adult silkworm lead there because it is a complete life cycle, because it comes under this Lepidoptera, this silkworm. And if you see that having the egg, larva, pupa, adult is there, that's why the complete metamorphosis is occurring. So in this only pupa they producing the silk, not producing this your egg, larva and adult. So only one stage is important, that is the pupa. But for this larvae rearing, that is required, your plant is required for feeding of this larvae. Adult silkworm is the life cycle activity on the mulberry is common, and mouth parts are siphoning type, and thorax has two pair of wings and three pair of legs. This is the adult characteristics. Then male and female live for a short period of only 2 to 3 days. So this is the adult, only 2 to 3 days, and male die after copulation. Female do die after laying the eggs, and one female laying around 3 to 400 eggs on the upper surface of the mulberry leaves. Ah, and silkworm is hollow metabolous insect, life cycle completed. That's why I call na complete metamorphosis is there. Four stages is there. One is egg, larva, pupa, and adult. And the larva is known as caterpillar. And larva is worm-like appearance and the possessing biting and chime type of mouth parts. All are mute. One not mute. Please check your mobile. Hello. Please mute. Okay. Then larva is the voracious feeder that feeding regularly and very high requirement of the leaves. So for feeding larva is the important. After that producing the pupa. Pupa for producing the ear silk. A life cycle may be extended up to 2 to 3 weeks for larva, and end of the larva stage caterpillar secrete the egg cases or cocoon around the body, and salivary glands are modified into silk gland in final stage of the growth. So this question also many times is coming, who is producing the silk? So salivary gland are modified, that is into silk gland, and they are producing the your silk, and structure which help in spinning silk like thread around the body is spinned and present on the labium. One structure is there in labium, there is spinning in the body for your silk. Spinning of silk thread is from outer to inside. This is also important. First start from the outer side, then come into the inner side. The larva with silk thread is called cocoon, and silk thread is made up of insoluble protein fibronine. This is also important, that's why I bold it. Insoluble protein fibroin. This is also important. Many times this question also coming. What is the silk? The silk is the insoluble protein fibroin. Hello, hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Next is sericin bind the fibroin threads. Sericin also is found in these two type of protein is there. One is sericin, another is fibroin. Okay, then caterpillar molt 4 times. After that they enter into the pupa. After 2 to 3 weeks time, caterpillar transfer into pupa. After then pupa, silkworm is called chrysalis. This is also many times is calling this pupa is known as chrysalis. Pupa is inactive stage that we have already discussed or studied in first year and second year classes. Most of the pupa is in active stage. One or two is insect is there that having the active stage. So it live inside the cocoon and is non-feeding stage. Okay, this is about to